I'm out on the revolt today and the sky is blue, it's beautiful. It's quite cold, but you know what, it's just so nice to see the sun. It's going to be quite a short ride today, I don't know, 20k maybe, and that's not because I'm too cold, that's because I've got a trip planned to Cardiff. And that was planned some time ago, so, you know, it always seems to be the way, doesn't it? The day that you really have the nicest weather, it's the day you plan something, you can't really go for a ride. Well, certainly not a long ride. We don't go to Cardiff that often. I think living in Bridgend we'd be there all the time, but no. As we get older, we find the allure of the city is less and less. Oh, I'm going to try a new little bit of road here. I haven't tried it before. The sun's in my eyes, can't see where I'm going. The traffic this morning is unbelievable. I'm trying to get away from the main road. And it looks a bit quieter. Oh, well, that hasn't worked. Take me back to where I started. Oh no, hang on, there's another bit here. Let's go down there. Okay, so that wasn't a huge success. Yeah, it's just, look at this traffic. It's madness. And the problem with traffic is everybody is so impatient. They're trying to cut you up and force you off the road. You park your van across the cycle path and then moan that cyclists don't use the cycle path. So, you might be wondering why we're going to Cardiff if you don't like going to Cardiff. Well, that's a very valid question. We're off to look at an e-bike, although not for me. I haven't been down this road for some time because of the floods. So I don't know what it's going to be like today. Well, my wife, who had never ridden a bike, not even as a child, decided she'd like to learn to ride a bike. I mean, I'm out every day, and she obviously gets the feeling that I really enjoy it. So she decided she'd like to try it. She found the bike a bit intimidating, and then decided what she'd really like is something upright. So she decided on a folding bike. It's one of those days today that whichever way you ride, the sun is directly in your eyes. I don't know how that works really. So we went and got a bike, sort of a Facebook marketplace. To say we got it for a steal is an understatement. So I think she paid 50 quid for it, and it looks like new. She went, taught herself, and started riding the bike, but she still finds it quite difficult. And building up your strength takes a long time, and we're not young. We want to get out there, just have some fun. So I suggested that she gets an e-bike so that we can go and ride together. And she can get a little bit of assistance up the hills. That means we can go much further, have nice days out, and so on. And I've really been surprised. A couple of groups on the Facebook about cycling. It seems to be quite an anti-e-bike feeling, which I find difficult to understand, really. So I found it quite interesting really, because if we're all out cycling, that's great. That's what we want, more people out cycling. It would appear not. Well, I suppose it's common with a lot of activities. There's always a group of people who feel like they're the pure ones and everybody else should be doing things the way they do. But like I said, I just think people should be out on their bikes, whether they're e-bikes, road bikes, mountain bikes, gravel bikes or anything in between. It doesn't matter whether they've got disc brakes or whether they've got electronic gears or anything else. Each to his own. Let them enjoy their bikes. But anyway, that aside, I suggested we get my wife an e-bike, but she so loves the bike that she's got that she didn't want to try anything else, or a different riding position, should I say. And I mean, we did go and look at a couple of bikes, but she found them quite intimidating. And I have to say, some of the ones that they refer to as Dutch bikes are huge. So we looked at a Cube. I forget the model name now. Compact 500, I think it was. And that was quite an appealing bike. It had the hub gear system, which means that as a beginner or newish cyclist, if you get in the wrong gear and you stopped, you can just flick it over to first and away you go again. But it's eye-wateringly expensive. Yeah, it's a £3,000 bike. And there's nothing really that special on it to justify the cost. And then we came across, I don't know, just on an advert somewhere, we came across this thing called an Eovolt, which is a French brand, and there's so many poor quality cheap e-bikes around. I said, stick to a manufacturer we know, which is what sort of steered me to the Cube. But the other spanner in the works is, my wife said, well, you know what, it's really good having the folding bike because we can put it in the car. She doesn't want to come out on the roads with me, do these long rides. She wants to go up and down the paths, and we've got some nice paths in the valleys. So she started leaning towards this Eovolt because it was a folder. It's also £1,000 cheaper, actually more than £1,000 cheaper. And the reviews all seem to be pretty good. So we're off to look at one today. Eovolt Afternoon. A silly name, but there we go. I'm riding a Revolt, so I should talk. But as I said, I don't get this anti-e-bike feeling because, it gets people out there. Gets people out pedalling they wouldn't be able to otherwise. And on one of the groups, there was a picture, obviously an American house, you can tell by the car outside, and somebody had put a banner across the porch and they painted cheetah. So somebody put that picture up on the group, and they said, this is what happens when an e-bike rider gets home. You've still got to pedal an e-bike. It doesn't do anything until you pedal it. And there's been plenty of research. It's really clear that e-bike riders get more exercise. than if they had a pedal bike. Well, it is a pedal bike, you know what I mean. Because you ride further, you ride for longer, because they're not hindered. We've got a little 2.5 mile little course that we do on the hills. We have to get off and push because you can't make it up there. And the thing is, as I said, maybe after several attempts and a lot of gaining fitness, but there's two problems. Firstly, as I said, is the time. We're getting older. We just want to go out and ride our bikes. And the other problem is, it's demoralising. And it makes her feel like she doesn't want to ride or doesn't want to take any challenges or go further afield. And just that little bit of assistance to get over the hill means that we can carry on, and it will give her the confidence to carry on further, go to different places. So I'm very much in favour of e-bikes. And as I said, I don't really want one for myself yet, but if I couldn't ride and I needed a bit of assistance, I'd definitely get one. Because I'd rather be riding with assistance than not riding at all. I don't think these lights are going to trigger. I'm just going to have to go. That's one of the reasons cyclists go through red lights. Into the bike isn't enough to trigger the lights. I really don't know what it is in modern society that gives people a feeling of superiority. I did a video, and again a controversial topic about riding clipped in. And as I said, it divides opinion. Some say never, some say always. Somebody commented on that video this morning and said, it's not even a debate, smarten up. Not only has he come across with a very superior attitude, he doesn't even tell us which side of the fence. So, as I said, I think we should all just respect each other. We're all cyclists. We have enough problem car drivers. So don't let anybody tell you what bike you should be riding or how you should be riding. Just do what works for you and let everyone else do the same. When I say the same, I mean what works for them, not the same as you.